Hello again, YouTube. My name is Jay, and well, obviously this ain't Grounded 2. So basically, there was a couple of things I wanted to do before recording basically the final part for what's currently in early access of Grounded 2. And by that, I mean just doing the mixer. Unfortunately, I wanted to get some supplies to build up around it and also finish off the base so I could show off both in one episode. Unfortunately, I did not have the time due to real life, the combination of work and stuff in my personal time. So, if you couldn't tell, today we are doing Final Fantasy X. This was going to be the next playthrough I was going to do anyways. So I guess we're just doing it a little bit early. So while we wait for this scene to go by, because Final Fantasy can't let you skip the cutscenes, we're basically just stuck like this for a minute. But some stuff about Final Fantasy X, which... Okay, no. I thought for a second the volume just wasn't on. Some stuff about Final Fantasy X and me. To be honest, this is not the first time I've ever played a Final Fantasy game, but this will be my first actual playthrough of Final Fantasy X. However, unlike Grounded 2, where my only prior information was from Grounded 1, and even then I never played it, I've actually played both Final Fantasy 7 and 8. Doesn't exactly sound like a lot, but I have experience with the games, and I've also seen plenty of playthroughs of Final Fantasy X via various challenge runs. Stuff like, one character only, no spear grid, just various stuff like that. So I gotta do this before it cycles back to that. So there's standard and expert. Well, I'm going to go with the expert one just because there's more stuff you can do with it. Even though I'm more than likely going to be following the intended paths for the most part. Soundtrack type, arranged or original? I'm going to go with arranged. Oop, hold on. This up. Sorry. To avoid copyrights, I'm going to basically be muting the game whenever music starts. I do have in settings... Actually, hold on. Can I... Yes, I can. So yeah. Volume setting, or music setting is already off. So, we shouldn't be hearing any music, but cutscenes don't let you disable the music in the background, so I'm going to have to mute those. Though, not all of them, I believe, play music like this one. I am also going to try and stay quiet throughout these, so apologies for interrupting, but I figured I should just let you guys know. I'm going to let them play out and try and avoid talking.
Into my story. This may be our last chance.
One other thing to note is that I'm playing this, well, obviously on PC. So I do have access to special features, which is going to be speed up, supercharge, enemy encounters being able to increase or decrease, and auto battle. Between all four of these, the only two I'm really going to allow myself are turbo and also enemy control, basically how frequently enemy encounters occur. More so just to speed up stuff like grinding. But for the most part, during this playthrough, I'm not going to be using these unless I'm doing something either off screen or I'm going to cut and do it. So that's going to be the only real times I use that. And so for the most part, you won't see anything like that. I'm also not going to use any other sort of cheats or anything like that.
Of course.
Also, just because there's a debate on this, for this playthrough, I'm calling him Titus. Not Titus, Titus. Just because of the water theme of this game. So Titus makes more sense to me. Granted, since he's also blonde-haired and blue-eyed, I probably could also rename him Pete. But now I'm going to call him Titus.
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat? Got it.
1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I was just double checking to make sure my recording was working.
No problem. Alrighty. Me too. Take it easy.
Gotta love how even with the HD remastered, some of the models are still lower grade. Like Titus, you can tell he got the HD treatment. These kids, well, they probably looked better back on the PS2.
Well, gotta go. Cheer for me. 2, 3. Teach us. Hey, I got a game to play. Teach us something. Maybe tonight. Well, you can't tonight. I mean tomorrow. Promise? Promise.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jack, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jack all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa. Didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jack Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that won through to the finals are, of course, the Aves from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Aves. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jack's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
And I was just trying to wonder around why that went on. Because I'm pretty sure none of these people give you any items. Okay, let's move on. I will here in a second have to mute again.
Make way, make way. Coming through. Hey! Hey, let go of me.
How did you even get caught? No one was behind you. All right. Again, sorry, I gotta mute. This is one of the scenes that does play music. And, well, I'll say this much. The music is a banger. And the scene is pretty good. Honestly, I wish I could show you guys the scene in full, but unfortunately, I don't feel like dealing with a copyright strike, so I gotta mute it. But I'm curious, to those of you who have actually played Final Fantasy X, what are your guys' thoughts on it? For me, personally, I have a bit of a mixed set of feelings on it. I love the gameplay, I love the story, but it's stuff involving the later half of the game, primarily the extra content, that always makes me hate it. Also, is that guy raising a toast to an incoming tsunami? I'm kidding, by the way, I know what that is. Okay, I gotta wonder, is that a foul or something? Knocking someone out and into the crowd. I feel like that's very dangerous, both for the people and for the players. I can only imagine people being excited for him to do that kick, only to see him stop and then wonder, what is he doing? Also, I don't think that's how gravity works. Really wish I could have played the music for this, but I really don't want to get copyright strike.
What are you doing here? What are you talking about?
You okay, man? Nope. Nope. Can't interact with them at all. Also, one thing to know is that while this is the HD version on PC, I am playing with an Xbox controller. And also, I have installed something to try and help prevent the
It begins. What? Don't cry. What the? Huh? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
We call it sin.
Sin? My old man?
I hope you know how to use it.
So,
These ones don't matter. We cut through.
so I have installed something to help prevent the cutscenes from green screen, because for those that don't know, the PC version of this game has this nasty little habit of making it where anytime you go and watch some of the cutscenes, the screen just goes completely green for no reason. Also, I would say Titus went from barely being able to hold the thing with two hands to now somehow being able to use it one-handed. Nope. Basic fantasy controls. Attack, item, potions, Phoenix Downs to recover from KO. And then on this menu we have, well, weapon, change our weapon if we had any. Armor, change it if we could. And escape, but we can't because this is a forced battle. There's also another one, but that'll be shown here in a second.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
Despite what he says, fun fact, you really can't lose this battle. Hold on. There we go. Yep. When they say ones that matter, they mean these three in front. You could literally just stand here all day and kill these guys behind you, and it won't matter. You'll just basically be wasting your time. And as you can see, both of these guys have attacked, and yet, despite the enemies getting a turn, they're not even given the option to attack us. Give me a second, I gotta do something. Okay, and we're back. As you can see, there was a couple of attacks there where Orin went and did something known as an overkill. In this game,
Some can't wait to die.
overdrives. When a character's overdrive gauge beneath the HP display is full, the character may use a special unique attack once. Press left in the command window to use an overdrive, which is what I meant. To get over here, I have to press right, and pressing left from that menu, we get to the overdrives. Every character, well, every playable character has an overdrive that they can use. And all of them have, I'm going to say, a unique gimmick to them. What I mean, well, you'll see here in a second. So Orin's here is Bushido and then Dragon Fang. And it's able to hit everything. So Orin's there. As you saw, I have to put in a bunch of different button inputs in order to activate it. Do it wrong, and it's not going to be nearly as strong. Do it right and as fast as possible, and you can do more damage, I believe. Also, as you saw, when we took damage, our overdrive bar is increased. And now Titus has his. There actually are a number of ways to increase your overdrive gauge. Unfortunately, we do not have access to those yet. Because right now you're basically stuck to the default version where you're only able to do your overdrive. You're only able to increase your overdrive by taking damage. Also, that was Titus's. His is a, well, I'm not sure what to call it. Quick time? Whatever. Basically, you time it right, and faster you do it, more damage you do. Also, another fun fact, this enemy literally cannot kill us. Demi only takes, what is it? It does 1/4 of your max health or something like that. So, could literally just stand here all day, letting him attack, and will never die because it does percentage damage. And obviously, with percentage damage, you can't hit 0. You're always going to have at least 1 HP. Attack again. And now we end it. But, yeah. That makes things so much easier. And it's honestly kind of ridiculous. Well, what I mean is, when it comes to the overdrives, save point lets us restore our HP and MP for the party. Sure, let's go ahead and do that. Also, something you'll notice, I already have several save files right here. This is all due to the fact that I was doing some testing off camera. You can see some party members I have. We'll get to those very shortly. Those of you who know the game, I haven't gone that far into it. As you can see, I have technically 3 hours on this one. Though, again, that was mostly just me messing around with a couple of things. on one second. All right, and back. Sorry about that. Okay, moving on.
What are you laughing at? All right, let's get out of here.
We're expected.
Huh? Give me a break, man.
Well, that's not good. You know, honestly, more often than not, having respawning enemies doesn't always make sense. This is one of the cases where it would actually make sense to have borderline infinite enemies. Well, I don't think I need to be very obvious on what we're going to end up being doing here, but unfortunately, game doesn't want you skipping stuff. So we're basically just going to kill these guys. I'm not sure whether or not I'm not sure whether or not I explained it or not, but as you can see, Orin overkilled an enemy. And basically what that does is, if this were a normal battle, you'd basically get bonus, I'm going to say EXP, but it's called something else in this game, as well as some extra rewards.
This could be bad. That. Knock it down.
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
Also, one other thing you can note is that in this game, you're actually able to see the turn order. You can also see how different actions will affect, well, normally you would. You'd be able to see how often your actions affect, you know, how fast your next turn comes. What I was doing here is weapon swapping is one of the fastest actions in the game, so I was going to see if that couldn't affect the gauge. I'm also going to kill this guy just to avoid taking a bunch of damage. I say a bunch, but more so the fact Titus has a smaller HP pool, so I don't mind if Orin gets hit. I think that's how you say it. But I don't feel like having Titus almost die. And now, so just killing these guys. Sorry if I'm not talking the most, or this isn't the most interesting commentary right now. I'm trying to avoid spoiling anything going on in the game yet. And also the cutscenes, like I said, I don't want to interrupt them. Or at least avoid as much as I can for those that I can actually show without problems. Fatality. You know, that's definitely one way to take out a bunch of enemies at once. Again, sorry guys. I really do wish I could show these cutscenes, but either I have to talk over them, which I really hate, or I have to just mute them, and I don't want to leave you guys in silence, so rather do this, because at least I can explain stuff to you. Well, explain if I want, slash, if it's needed. Honestly, I still remember seeing this for the first time and being, what the heck is going on? We start in a nice city, it gets attacked. Okay, not the most original idea, and then you get that. Well, this entire thing, and yeah, I don't think I'm the only one who wonders just what was actually going on.
Hey! Hey!
My old man?
For those who don't know, when it comes to that giant symbol he was showing, that's his old man symbol. You can also see it on his clothes, on his pant leg, his necklace, his earring. Yeah, it's all kind of Jet's symbol. Jet being his dad.
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded. And then sleepy. I think I had a dream. A dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore. Anybody there? Oh! Hey!
So, during the cut, one of those cuts, I went and did this. So, during that first Zanarkand, during the part with Zanarkand, primarily with those respawning enemies, you're able to get quite a few of the overdrives. From looking to see just how many there are, there's like 17 different overdrives you can get. Unfortunately, they're also per person to unlock. So we have Stoic, the one you start off with. Warrior, which means you have to deal damage to enemies. And that takes 170 turns. So I also got Slayer while doing that, which is kill, I think it's 150 enemies. These numbers are specific for Titus. Ally, basically you have to be in a team with another character, and this took 600 turns, and dear lord did that take forever. Daredevil, this one required getting low on health. Basically your health enters a yellow zone, and that's when the turn counter starts. And Loner, basically just kill off Orin, let your HP drop, or kill off Orin, and then just constantly defend in order to have this go by. I'm changing it over to Loner for now. So for now we're just kind of swimming around here because I know there are a couple of chests I want to get. This thing, This is for something we'll find, some items we'll find a little bit later to basically spoil it. Basically, there's an alphabet in the game, and you're able to find these ciphers that basically help you translate it. This thing will let you basically carry over all the ciphers you find in one of your other save files, but honestly, while my longest file on this for testing ended up going 3 hours, it ain't going to take us nearly that long to catch up in ciphers, primarily because I was messing around in a certain section. So we got some extra potions. Then we head over this way. I think there's another chest or two. I can't remember specifically how many. Sorry if I can't think of much to talk about. I'm just trying to remember everything while we're at this. There's chest here. Some gil, which is basically just money in this game. This thing. This is the language. We have no cipher, so we have no idea what this says. Makalania is the only thing we can't understand for some reason.
What do we have here? No, can't read it.
Alright, and I guess that was it. So, yeah. Oh, we can go back underwater. Well, given that thing's there, it should be obvious that we will return here at some point. So, we miss something, we can get it whenever we come back. Save spear. I'm going to try and not make too many saves and kind of go over them. Mostly just so I can try and keep them in track, and also that way if I mess something up, I can go back to that save file. Whether that's I forgot to hit record, or I missed something, because there are a couple of things that can be missed in this game. Yeah, loner. I just want to make sure that was our overdrive mode. That's what they are, overdrive modes. So, probably something you noted compared to my Grounded 2 videos, I am actually knowledgeable about this. So I am going to try and use that knowledge more or less to try and actually get through this game and not actually flounder around. For the record, that was not supposed to be a fish joke. I just meant I didn't want to struggle with the game. Because my goals for the game are I want to beat the main story, and then I want to try my hand at the additional content that happens late in the game. For those of you who don't know, well, that's a surprise for later. For those of you who do know, well, you're going to watch me try for the first time dealing with that stuff. And I imagine those of you who know how to do it are either going to get a kick out of watching me struggle, or are going to be banging your heads against the wall because I'm an idiot. It's about a 50-50. That being said, as you notice, from the, let me get my mouse over here. From the tick system, which I'm pretty sure that's what this thing is called, you can see if I go over here and I go to swap my weapon, the gauge actually changed. Unfortunately, monsters are going to get to do an action, so I'm going to defend first. Now we go back over, swap my weapon. I perform a turn, my gauge fills, and I can still do stuff. And if I swap again. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm doing this, and the answer is rather simple. Titus actually has different overdrives, and his overdrives need to be used a certain number of times in order to actually be able to unlock the next one. So I'm kind of just farming a little bit since I can do that right here without any real problems. Messed up there for a second. Just defend. So something to know about the tick system is that your actions change how quickly your turns come up. Doing an overdrive is going to greatly delay your next turn, which is why I couldn't get away with swapping my weapon. I had to defend. But swapping my weapon and then attacking, or swapping my weapon and defending, means I can get so many turns in. So just keep defending, or swapping my weapon. And the reason why I keep doing that is because, well, I have gone through this fight. The moment I kill one of these two guys is the moment the third one flees. And now this guy decides to try and run. No. Sorry. The fight ends. And now here's the next boss. What is this guy called? Geos Gyno. Yeah, I'm probably butchering that. I'm just going to defend. And that took half my health. I'm honestly just trying to build my gauge back up because, well, you'll see here in a second. Yeah, this guy isn't actually able to kill us. It's just like that tentacle monster, basically just using something that halves our health. And yeah, that fight ends as soon as the boss gets basically 2 turns. I just really wanted to farm him for the overdrive.
I made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer. I thought I was going to die in this place.
Okay, that's the way they want us to go. As you can see, you can't get through there. was I getting stuck on? Where no matter what game I play, I always get stuck on something.
Need fire.
And you'll get that fire in the next one, because I am going to call this one apart. Alright, so if you guys have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you're feeling nice. I've been Jay, this has been Final Fantasy X, and sorry if this has been a bit of a mess. Honestly, I was trying to think of how to do conversations, and then I completely did something else. Well, anyways, have a good one, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye-bye for now.